Palm, Machamp, Cryogonal, I believe, and I'm forgetting what this last Pokemon is. Oh yeah, Living. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, so my squad is Mega Venusaur, Latios, Manaphy, Cobalion, Mimikyu, Donphan, Talonflame, Licky, Sneasel, and the Electros. And I've decided to bring Mega Venusaur, Latios, Manaphy, Donphan, Sneasel, and Electros. With my squad being here, as you can see on screen, we've got Venusaur, which is a Giga Drain Earthquake knockoff synthesis variant. Very, very spadef, but bulky on both sides of the spectrum, so really solid mon here. Can switch into a lot of my Pokemon, my opponent's Pokemon, such as Crawdaunt, Roserade, Zapdos, Mismagius, Machamp, so on and so forth. So yeah, really solid mon in general. I got the Earthquake for the Heatran and Giga Drain for everything else, except I got knockoff for like Mismagius and hold on a second. Mismagius and what else is knockoff for? Knockoff Earthquake, maybe the Livani and the Rabombi. I think so. But yeah, that's gonna be it for that. Next up, we got a Dragonium Z Latios. So the idea is to bait in the Heatran with the Draco Meteor. It stays in while I click Earthquake, and I can get rid of that thing, and then I can use the Z Draco pretty much anytime later in the match and claim a kill as long as Rabombi is gone. So yeah, pretty cool mon. Psychic and Dragon coverage. He doesn't have a resist outside of Heatran. So I've got 3 attacks and Roost. Roost is there for longevity. I can take, I can switch in on Heatran pretty well. I can switch in on Machamp, especially since I have a Z move. I can't have my item knocked off, so knockoff isn't doing as much. I think that's how it works. But yeah, thirdly we have Manaphy with a Rindo Berry. This is so that he can't revenge kill me with things like Roserade or Leavanny or anything like that. We have Tail Glow, Surf, Ice Beam, and Heal Bell. So the plan is to Tail Glow up and then Surf into Ice Beam knocks out anything on his team. And Ice Beam can potentially knock out Roserade if it's not very, very, very bulky itself. Or if it's like a Scarf variant with Leaf Storm or something like that, I can survive thanks to my Rindo Berry and then bop him with the Ice Beam. So that's the idea there. Next up we have Charlie the Donphan. We have the Papa Berry and the Sturdy ability. Of course, basically we can live any one hit. Our berry gets popped and we go back up to like half health. So really solid. We've got the Stealth Rocks and we can almost guarantee those. Earthquake, Knockoff, and Ice Shard. Ice Shard hits Mega Garchomp pretty hard. Earthquake is obviously there for Heatran and just general stab. And Knockoff gets rid of items on things such as Zapdos and stuff like that. We can always get rid of an item and do decently consistent damage versus a Zapdos. I don't think it could keep a sub up, but I really didn't count for that. Next up we have Sneasel. With a choice band. We've got Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Brick Break, and Ice Shard. This thing basically it speed ties with his fastest Pokemon, which is I forgot. 1 second. So we outpace everything that I'm seeing right now. Oh, it's for the Ambipom, of course. So we're max speed for Ambipom and max attack choice band so that we can do the most damage possible. We also have inner focus, so if it does come down to us versus the Ambipom and it goes for a fake out, it won't flinch us and we can potentially knock it out with choice band, knockoff, or Icicle Crash. Brick Break and Ice Shard is there for coverage. Brick Break hits the Heatran pretty hard, and Ice Shard is like just priority so that we can always go first before our opponent. Last but not least, we have Electros, which is a Spadef variant with leftovers, Toxic, Roar, Coil, and Frustration. So my opponent doesn't have a true normal resist. And what does resist normal? I can Poison, and roar out. So with toxic and roar, so it's really solid. And I've got coil there. Obviously, I am max HP, max SPDF. So after a coil, I do have quite a bit of defense investment. After the coil, you know, at +1, my defense is invested, I guess. I guess I didn't word that right. But you guys know what I'm saying. I'm saying my defense will be solid, my attack will get solid. I can maybe coil twice and potentially put in a lot of work with the set. So hopefully that can happen. But yeah, that's going to be the prep, and we can go ahead and hop into the replay, and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are with the replay, and my opponent chooses to bring the Zapdos, the Mismagius, the Crawdaunt, the Mega Garchomp, the Rabombi, and the Heatran. So pretty decent squad, I think. I don't know if I would have brought Crawdaunt since I do have the Mega Venusaur and have been spamming that, but I guess the rest of your team can like slow me down and slowly. That was a tongue tire. Slowly wear me down to where that I could potentially be in range of a +2 knockoff or something like that. But anyways, pretty scary squad nonetheless. But I feel like we also have a scary squad. So that being said, we can go ahead and hop into the replay. And he's got 2 potential leads in Mega Garchomp and Heatran that can get up Stealth Rock, and he also has a potential lead in Rabombi to just set up Sticky Web. So what I'm going to do is lead off with Mega Venusaur. I know he can't knock me out with the Heatran, and and the Garchomp also can't knock me out either, and I can get good chip on both. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff here. Knockoff no item from the Heatran, so that tells me that it's pretty much going to be a Z move. And I go for the Earthquake here, trying to catch the Heatran, but he does double into his Zapdos scouting for that. We're going to switch out to our Donphan here and set up for Stealth Rocks. He reveals the Air Slasher, or Air Cutter, and gets the critical hit there. We're able to get our Stealth Rocks up, though, and he hard switches out into the Garchomp on our knockoff. But unfortunately, he is Mega Garchomp, so the knockoff does basically nothing. We are going to click Ice Shard here and get some nice chip damage off on this Garchomp before becoming basically useless. It didn't serve a purpose. It didn't check much outside of Zapdos, which the rest of my team deals with pretty effectively. And here we're going to go into our Manaphy and scare out the Garchomp with the Ice Beam. And he goes out into his Mismagius, which takes a lot from this Ice Beam because I do get a critical hit. He goes for the Shadow Ball and gets a SPDF drop, but it's not going to matter because Surf knocks him out. Now, I don't know if Ice Beam into Surf knocked out without the crit, but the crit Ice Beam was unfortunate. But he does get a SPDF drop. I guess it doesn't really make up for it because the SPDF drop doesn't really mean anything when Zapdos scares me out anyway. So, yeah, that thing would have knocked me out regardless of the SPDF drop. So I'll hard switch into my Latios. I'm going to go straight for the Z move because I know Draco doesn't knock him out. And if I click Draco and he goes into Rabombi, then basically the same thing happens. I lose a nuke. So I just clicked the Z move. I didn't think he would go into the Rabombi. If anything, Heatran. So I just clicked the Z move there. He goes into the Crawdaunt, and I just knocked that thing out. One hit. I obviously didn't miss because I did click the Z move and didn't just straight up go for Draco. So really happy about that. Here he goes into the Rabombi. I'm going to hard switch out into my max HP, max SPDF, or Electros. And what I can do is just click Poison, or Toxic, excuse me, and poison my opponent. So I catch the Mega Garchomp upon switching, and I'm just going to stay in here because I don't know exactly what he wants to go for here. And he just sets up his Stealth Rocks as I'm able to knock him out in conjunction with the poison damage and the frustration damage. So now he brings in his Heatran, and he goes for the Toxic of his own. He poisons us, and we roar him out into the Rabombi as it tricks us its choice specs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And we do get Zapdos on the roar there, so taking some nice chip damage. It may have Roost, it may not. Either way, my better play is to just hard switch into the Latios, and I can click Psychic here. My opponent Roost is up. I can click Psychic again, and what I'm going to do is just click Psychic as many times until my opponent doesn't Roost. And then once he doesn't Roost, I know that Draco can knock him out after Psychic damage. Draco into Draco doesn't knock out because of the the special attack drop. So I wanted to wait until he was definitely in range of the Draco Meteor before I clicked that. And let's see, I lost my thought process. Oh, so basically, the Draco knocks out the Zapdos, and now he's able to bring in his Rabombi, which is guaranteed faster than us, but we don't really need Latios anymore, so we can just sack that thing off and bring out whatever we want afterwards. We decided to bring out Sneasel, and we click the Banded Ice Shard. So what's going to happen now is he's able to bring in his Heatran, and just click any one move. I'm just going to hard switch into Manaphy because Mega Venusaur lives any one hit anyway, and can click Earthquake for the knockout. But we do get Manaphy in. We outpaced the Heatran, and we're able to knock it out and get that nice 1-0 excuse me, a 4-0 victory. But Manaphy gets the kill, if that makes sense. I think that was its second kill of the match. Irrelevant. Anyways, we're able to pick up a nice 4-0. That's going to be that. So we're going to move on to, I think, 3-1 going into week 5. So yeah, look out for that. Let me know what you thought about this battle, though, the prep and the battle from both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.